Frédéric Franciszek Chopin, or Frédéric François Chopin, was born in Jelazowa Wola, near Warsaw, in the Duchy of Warsaw, now modern-day Poland. Interestingly, Chopin's birth has two distinct dates. His birth certificate records the date as the 22nd of February. However, in the year 1833, when Chopin formally accepted membership in the Polish Literary Society of Paris, his birth date was registered as the 1st of March, 1810. This discrepancy has left some doubt about his actual birth date. Most researchers believe the birth certificate was inaccurately dated, considering March as the more likely date. Chopin was the son of Tekla Justina Chopin and Nicolas Chopin, and had three sisters, Ludwika, Isabella, and Emilia. His mother, Justina, was an amateur musician who played the piano and sang, creating a musical environment at home that profoundly influenced Frédéric's early development. The family moved to Warsaw, where they ran a boarding house for students of the Warsaw Lyceum, providing a culturally rich atmosphere that contributed to Frédéric's upbringing. The move to Warsaw happened because Nicolas, Chopin's father, became a French teacher. Nicolas was a French immigrant who had previously worked as a tutor for several aristocratic families. The family relocated when Frédéric was 8 months old, and his father began teaching French at the Warsaw Lyceum. Frédéric himself attended the Lyceum from the year 1823 to the year 1826. Let's now talk about Chopin's documented appearance. It is important to emphasize that we put a tremendous amount of effort into researching and gathering documents, photos, and videos of the locations, while also seeking reliable sources. In fact, we have included some reading suggestions in the video description, linked below. To help us continue this work, please leave a like so that YouTube recommends our content. This way, you help us reach more people and share this biographical knowledge. With that said, let's explore Chopin's appearance based on his 1837 passport. The passport displays the following information: 26 years old, height 1 meter and 70 centimeters, blonde hair, high eyebrows, beard, forehead, nose, lips. Normal, oval face, fair skin, blue-gray eyes. The description in Chopin's passport perfectly matches his portrait painted by Louis Gallet in 1843, where we see Chopin with blue-gray eyes, blonde hair, and an oval face. Although Chopin's extreme thinness gave the impression of greater height, he was, in fact, of average stature. His thinness was due to his poor health, as Chopin weighed less than 45 kilograms throughout his life. Now we move on to the topic of health. He was visibly emaciated and had a marked tendency to lose weight after respiratory infections and dietary indiscretions. It is commonly believed that Chopin had tuberculosis. However, he also suffered from a debilitating chronic cough from before the age of 15. He experienced hemoptysis for 18 years, multiple severe acute respiratory infections, and was posthumously identified with severe cardiomegaly and cystic fibrosis. Despite his fragile health, Chopin developed his potential and became a legend in the history of music. It all began in his childhood, where his environment was extremely creative. His mother and sister played the piano, and his entire family had an artistic inclination. By the age of 6, he was already trying to reproduce what he heard or invent new melodies. At 7, he began taking piano lessons, and during this period composed his first piece, Polonaise in G minor. By 8, he was invited to perform at private soirees. At 11, he played for Russian Tsar Alexander I, who was in Warsaw to open the parliament. And finally, at the age of 16, his family enrolled him in the newly established Warsaw Conservatory of Music. There, he deepened his studies in harmony and composition, which played a crucial role in the development of the genius who would later compose the most famous nocturnes in history, which you can listen to by clicking on this video. But Chopin didn't just compose nocturnes, he also wrote etudes, scherzos, waltzes, and ballades, which you can check out in this other video. To keep watching videos about Chopin's history and classical music, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell.